92.3 Amp Radio.
92.3 Amp Radio. Welcome to the StubHub studio. My name is Niko. Welcome, Facebook Live people. Hi. How's everybody doing? And it's my pleasure to introduce you to Vassy. Welcome, Vassy.
Hi, guys.
I was going to do like, there we go, a little crowd participation. I like that. I was going to do like a whole Greek thing, but my Greek is like not as good as yours. It's intimidating. So I was going to... Καλησπέρα, κυρίες και κύριοι. Με λένε Νικολάκη. Εδώ έχουμε η Vassy, Βασιλική. So what's up? Welcome to Amp Radio.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Thank you for being here. So you come from Australia.
Yeah, born and raised, Greek heritage.
Greek heritage, of course. Only the right stuff, as my father would say.
I know.
Everything from the movie is true, according to my father.
It's true. Yep, the Windex thing.
Windex, everything.
Every Greek family
is based on Greece. So I'm sorry. If you thought you created something, unfortunately, my father will tell you that we did it first. Did you see the movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yeah, totally, like 100 times, both.
Do people hound you about that movie too?
Yeah, you know, when you say, oh, yeah, you know, there's always, oh, I've been to Greece, or oh, I've seen that movie. They're the two things, you know.
My favorite thing is my father was in the, well, he's in the theater, and he wasn't laughing through the entire movie because obviously he's an old school Greek guy, and my mother's slapping him going, Yanni, laugh. Yanni, laugh. That was funny. He's like, what? This is not funny. This is me. I am that guy. This is not funny. So we're not all like that, but we kind of are. So where do your parents hail from in Greece? We talked about this a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
another thing that Greek people do. You always go, where are your parents from?
You don't even say hi. You say, where are you from? Which part, you know? They're from up north. So Thessaloniki.
And they immigrated to Australia?
Yeah, they migrated to Australia a long time ago, and then we were born and raised, you know, firstborn generation. And the Greeks back in Australia kept a lot of the traditions. So there was a lot of, you know, no speaking English at home. That was a rule. We had to go to Greek school. There was, yeah, Greek, you know, church on Sundays, learning the Greek poems, everything.
So are you married to a Greek man?
I'm dating a Greek man.
Yeah! Dad's dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
I married a half Albanian and half Puerto Rican woman.
Oh, wow.
So that rose some eyebrows in my family. The Albanian part, not the Puerto Rican part.
That's close to Greek culture, but yeah, you guys are, that's an interesting mix right there.
It's very interesting. It makes for great times at holidays.
Yeah, I bet.
Actually, my parents get along really well with my in-laws. So how long have you, no, I'm not going to ask how long you've been dating this guy. Is it that serious? Is he sitting right here? Is his name Andrew?
No, his name's Vassy. He's probably watching. Hi, babe.
I was going to say Andrea could be a Greek boy. So you've been doing dance music for a long time now. Mm-hmm. Is it your passion? Is it everything you dream about every morning you wake up is singing house music? Would you consider it house music?
I always loved dance music. Like I sort of discovered it in my late teens, I'd say, because I grew up in Darwin, which is a really remote part of Australia, and in a Greek household. But my brother and sister would always listen to stuff, and I discovered dance music through Crystal Waters, who now happens to be a really dear friend of mine, and I adore her. But I didn't think I was going to have a career, you know, being platformed through the dance genre. That kind of just happened very organically. But, you know, it's been phenomenal, and obviously it's been the path to my success. So, and I love dance music. So, but, you know, originally I started with indie pop, and then the whole dance thing took off. And then when I did the, you know, the David Guetta record just became such an anthem. And so then it was just like, you know, I became the queen of EDM, the vocal queen of EDM or something. So
you just went from I did some indie pop to I worked with David Guetta. Can we fill in a little bit of that gap? How did that come about? Because obviously we all know Bad, and your vocals are amazing on it. I'm not just trying to flatter you. The song is great, and when you hear it in a club, you go crazy. So how did that come about? How did you start working with David Guetta?
Well, the whole indie pop thing, I mean, I've always been writing my own stuff, and I started my career in Australia, but then, and I had success, and then I moved here, and ironically, many years ago when I always wanted to do music, but I was kicked out of school choir. I was told I didn't have what it took to do music. And then I got a degree in architecture and all that stuff. So I started late in my music career. And I had to get blessings from my dad, obviously. And,
of course.
You know, the Greek fathers have to give you the thumbs up. But my dad passed away a long time ago, but I promised him I'd finish my degree. So then I started my career after. But my dream was always to move to America. So when I came here, no one cares about you, you know, when you're nobody. So you kind of start all over again and do that whole thing. But the David Guetta thing was interesting because I had written this song a while ago, and someone heard it, and it got in the hands of Guetta. And once Guetta heard it, he fell in love with it. So then I just got a phone call. The song wasn't even finished yet, but they just fell in love with the hook. And so they were like, you know, hi, are you in town? David Guetta's here. I'd really like to meet you. It was very random. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, great. I'm like, sure. When would, you know, are you available tonight at 7:30 p.m. at Atlantic Records? Come. So I had to go to the studio and I met him and he was so excited, and he had already worked on it, and it was one of those things that took a life of its own. Apparently it was around Atlantic Records for a while there, and I had absolutely no idea. And then it just kind of went from there, but it was really cool. And originally when we did it, he had will.i.am in it as well. But then later when it was time to release, the whole thing changed and Showtek got involved, and it was different, but it was really cool. It ended up being amazing. So
It is amazing. The hook. Why does it feel so good to be bad?
Because getting what I want, boy, why does it make you so mad?
You seem like such a nice girl.
I thought you were going to say the next line.
I don't know the next line. But all I know is that we're going to start a raving
That's
here.
Showtek right there.
Yeah, yes. So that song is amazing. You work with Tiesto on quite a few projects. Secrets. I was just Googling around. I'm like, oh, let's check out some performances from Vassy. And the performance that you guys did at Ultra, where he came out, or you actually started it off on stage, just a-cappella-ing the song, and the crowd is like going bananas, obviously. And then Tiesto, the god of all EDM DJs, gets out there and just hits play, and the place erupts. How was that for you?
It's totally cool. Tiesto's so much fun. He's been like a big brother to me, and he's such a great spirit and mentor. And last year, you know, I was so fortunate. He took me on all the big festivals. I performed at Tomorrowland with him. Ultra was amazing because it was our first big festival, and we did that. And he's always really cool. Before the show, he's like, so what do you think? You know, how do you want to do this? You know, and I'm like, you're the boss, man. What do you want to do? You know, and he's like, what do you think? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe he goes, cool, let's do that. And he's like, he just goes with the flow. He's so much fun. And he's like, yeah, I like that idea. Let's do it. And then, you know, he's Mr. Cool Guy. Like, there's nothing this guy can do that's wrong. Like, nothing. Like, literally, he just goes like this, and everyone's like, ah! They just love him.
That's all he did.
Yeah. So it was really cool, though. And, you know, when we did Tomorrowland, you know, he did a cool little thing, and now he loves the a cappella thing. He's like, I want you to do that. So we've had so much fun. We did Electric Zoo New York, and it's so cool. I mean, Tomorrowland was like 400,000. You know, Ultra was obviously over 100,000, but just really cool.
400,000 people in the crowd.
Yeah, 400,000 people.
Tomorrowland's a different story.
Yeah.
Altogether.
Yeah, it's a whole other ball game. Yeah.
Oh my God, standing in front of 400,000 people. That's
you don't notice it. You know what?
Crazy.
You'd get more nervous in front of 4 people than 400,000, because 400,000 is really weird. You can't focus on a face. You literally just see like an ocean of movement, and just, you know, so it's really weird. So every now and then, I always, when I'm like, I really want to, you know, focus on just one face so I can see what's going on. And then, you know, you finally get something, you're like, whoa. Because, you know, at those festivals, people are really having a good time, so.
They see you as a little ant up there. They're like, what is that woman doing up there? I don't know. Drugs. I'm just kidding. People don't do drugs at festivals. Just kidding. Completely. Vassy, so what's next for you as far as performances go? I know you have a single out right now, Nothing to Lose. #1 on the Billboard Dance Chart. Give it up for Vassy right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Nothing to Lose. I co-produced that with Tiesto, and we were actually going to put it out together. And at the time, he had his record with John Legend, but he encouraged me. He's like, you know, it's time for you to just do Vassy, and this is your time.
Yeah.
And it was thanks to him, you know, because I probably would have been like, oh no, man, it's going to be so much cooler if I do it with you, and more people are going to talk about it if I do it with you. But it was a blessing in disguise. So the song went #1, you know, on the media base charts, and it went #1 on Billboard just last week. So I'm really excited about it. It's very humbling, you know.
That's amazing. I mean, you're working with Tiesto. He's like your brother, and you're like, hey, let's make a song. And was it a big deal for him to like kind of push you out and say, hey, it's time to do your own thing, but I'll still produce your music, which is amazing.
Yeah.
That's a nice cosign right there.
Yeah, totally. He's, again, a very generous spirit, great mentor, and I think he really embraces talents and people, and that he's very unique like that, you know. So obviously a lot of people, you know, they're about their careers, but he's just got that thing where he's like, you know, you're so dope, you should, you know, really do this, and kind of just the encouragement alone is just awesome, that endorsement, you know.
That's amazing. How are you when it comes to recording music? Do you like to just knock out 5 or 6 tracks and create somewhat of an album, or do you just kind of make it as it goes?
Yeah, I tend to like, when I write something, it's pretty much written in that moment. So, and it doesn't take too long. If it takes too long, then forget it, move on to the next. So it's always the vibe.
Yeah.
But I like to write, not to track. So I just like to write, you know, maybe with a guitar or a piano or something. Or sometimes I'll just write in my head, literally with nothing. I hear things that maybe, you know, you might not hear, but there's
Should we be concerned about that?
I know that comes across really weird, but I literally can hear all the sounds in my head. So then I start structuring melodies, and then I might come up with a tagline, and then I've written this hook, and it kind of just manifests from there. So
that's exactly how I write
twitch my
music.
head.
Completely. That's amazing. So you have the gift. It just comes to you.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no scientific thing about it. It's just, it's a feeling.
It's a feeling. There's no, like, you know, sometimes you're kind of like, you know, come on. And you have to force it, and then you get so pissed off, and you're like, And then other days it comes, but I don't know, you get that good gut feeling. When you know you've got something, you're like, I get a gut, that's a gut feeling. I know this one's going to be a good one, you know?
That's amazing. Beautiful. All right, so you have obviously worked with some big companies, have had your music in their advertisements. EA Games, Nickelodeon, Skechers, Victoria's Secret, and Pepsi. Not too shabby. How does that come about? Do you have the best management in the world, or they just hear your music and love it? How does that come about?
Well, that was kind of, I have had a lot of success in the TV film world, which has been really awesome. I actually wrote the trailer song, the song for the trailer for Frozen, that Disney film that won an Oscar last year. So I did that, and then I also wrote the trailer song for Tina Fey's film Admission, and I've written for a few movies like Cabin in the Woods and stuff like that. But when I first came to this country, I didn't know that my music was TV film friendly. I had no idea, and so I met this woman, and randomly, and as it turned out, she has a boutique agency, and they're the best in America at synchronization.
Wow.
And I just lucked out, and I guess I had music that was, you know, friendly in that way,
Yeah.
which is different.
Commercially viable.
Yeah, but in a sort of a weird, quirky way. So different to what you hear, you know, with my collaborations with Guetta and Tiesto and like my songs. So a little bit more electro pop, sort of indie, just, you know, different vibe.
That's amazing. All right, so what's going on after Nothing to Lose? I know you want to focus on that right now, obviously. Nothing to Lose. Go out and buy it, stream it, do what you got to do, support it, because Vassy kills it. But what, you know, are you working on more music? Are you going to be touring?
Yeah, I'm definitely, so right now I'm, you know, really trying to figure out the next record, and you know, I'm doing a few shows. I'm obviously going to Australia in a couple of weeks to do some stuff out there, and then I'm doing, you know, Miami in March. But I'm really excited about this next record. I want to make something, now that I've established this foundation and people are like, okay, the Vassy, what's the next Vassy record? I need to start really building from here. So a little bit more pressure's put on.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, shit. I need to deliver. So I want to make the next record, I want to make something that's going to be dance friendly but pop friendly and can cross over. So we're trying to finish that up, and I also have a record with Afrojack in the works. We're trying to finish that up. So as soon as I have the record ready, then the next thing is, put that baby out and hopefully the fans embrace it. And, you never know with these things. So
I'm sure we're looking forward to the Afrojack track. That should be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one too. That's going to be a really, really dope record.
All right, performances. Now you said March, Ultra, anything else on the horizon where people can check you out?
Yeah, I have a few shows internationally that are out of the country, but so you can't really come to that.
Facebook is worldwide.
But Facebook, yeah, that's true.
It's
and
worldwide.
I'll be, live Facebooking a lot of these shows for the fans because
Nice.
they love that stuff. They're so loyal and, they'll follow you everywhere.
And you're going to do that here today.
Yeah, we're going to do that here today. I mean, I'm so focused on this performance, I don't even care about what comes after this.
All right, so now where can people keep up with you? Those that are obviously watching on Facebook Live know, but aside from Facebook, the Instagram, Twitter, shout out all those right now.
Yeah, for sure. Just follow me everywhere, like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. It's just all at Vassy, which is Vassy. And one little other thing, I just put out an acoustic album on my own, and it's basically all the acoustic versions of all the big dance anthems of mine, like the Guetta record and the Tiesto record, and I put it on a special little acoustic album. So now the fans get another way to experience the song, a little bit more stripped back.
Dope. Did it turn out exactly how you wanted it to?
Yes.
Beautiful. So make sure you check that out. Acoustic versions. All right. Vassy, thank you so much for joining us today. 92.3 Amp Radio, Facebook Live, StubHub Studio. It's Niko, and we're going to cut away. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to see the performance here, but you can see it on Vassy's Facebook page.
Yeah, on my Facebook page, which is just Vassy /Vassy.
It's not hard to find, people. All right. So we'll check you out in a minute. Thank you, Vassy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.